Hey guys, Sandy here, and I'm super excited to be scrapbooking with you guys today. Today I am doing this photograph of my daughter where she had just earned her driver's license. Here in California you get a paper copy, then you get the real thing in the mail. So today I'm going to be using Paper House's Stargazer collection because I really thought the like the sentiments in it about being magical and shining bright and all that kind of thing really went well with her achieving this goal. And the only thing I've brought in is a sheet of white cardstock. This is going to be my background. I couldn't choose between these gorgeous papers that I had, so I decided to go with white. That way I could use all the gorgeous papers on the white cardstock. So let's see what I can do. Alright, this is the third time I am recording this video. The first time I did the voiceover, I forgot to actually hit the button that would unmute my microphone. The second time I got through the entire end and my iPad crashed. So let's see if I can actually get through this video this time. Fingers crossed. Because I am quickly running out of time to get this completed before I have to go to work. So here we go. Now, interestingly enough, I had chosen white cardstock as my background because I wanted to use all the beautiful papers, and I only cut into 2 of the 4 papers that I had. So this paper right here, I'm actually kind of cringing even watching myself cut into it right now. I even made the decision and was happy with it, and it still gives me a little So this paper right here, I had originally envisioned of finding the perfect photo and embellishing the title, and then up here where it says dreams happen when you are awake, and then building a photo cluster down on that light white and purple part, and was going to create a layout like that. However, and that is a big however, I don't have a photo. I haven't been thinking of a photo. I don't have one in mind. I doubt very seriously I will have one anytime soon. And I could do 2 things. I could hold on to that paper and it can stay in my stash. It could stay in my stash for hours because who knows, maybe I'd have an epiphany and be able to scrapbook it right after I created this layout. A little bit more than a few hours since this is the 3rd time doing this voiceover. Or it could stay in my stash for days. It could stay in for weeks, months. Heck, I mean, it could even stay in there for years. And I don't want stuff staying in my stash for years anymore. I just don't. I want to be able to use it. I want stuff coming in on a regular basis. I want creating happening on a definite regular basis. And I want completed layouts going into albums. I want that to happen. And I created a lot in March. Haven't created that much in April, but what I am creating, I am happy with. And so I am happy with this layout. And even though I watched myself cut into that gorgeous, gorgeous paper, and it still gave me a little twinge, because that's still in there, I'm okay with it because this is a layout that I'm happy with and I love. So here I am. I'm kind of doing a nod to color blocking. And if you guys remember, I want to say it was like 2006, 2007-ish, color blocking was all the rage. And this is more of a nod to color blocking because I'm not really measuring and I'm not really making sure that all the corners are straight and everything is just perfectly sized and finished. It's kind of more of a nod to it. So originally, I was building my color blocking, and for some reason I had it in my head that my photo was a landscape photo, and I brought it over and I'm like, oh shoot, it's portrait. And I think it's because I did take it in landscape, and I think I've already scrapbooked the landscape photo. So I do pull out a sheet of some cloud vellum paper that I've had in my stash, and I'm just going to go ahead and use that. And then build my little color block background here. So I decided to go with this other side of this piece of paper rather than the side that I had originally planned on because I thought this side looked neater, like it was more interesting. So I go ahead and I'm starting to get the adhesive down, and I decided, yes, I am loving this triangle paper. We are definitely going to put that here. and I'm just kind of like laying it out and getting it to where I like it, and it's good. And I just adjust it a little bit because, like I said, nothing is measured, nothing is really cut out, and making sure that it's perfect for the color blocking. And used to use the templates and cut and measure, and everything was just so like precise and pristine. And while that look is gorgeous, not what I was going through on this page. So I decided to do the dreams over a little bit on the right hand side because I had this dark bit down here on the lower left, so I wanted the upper right to have the dark bit as well. Now I did repeat the triangle paper because a lot of that triangle paper on the bottom is going to be covered up by my photo. Now here is the fun Stargazer washi tape, and this is the thin tape. There is a thinner one and a thicker one, and I do use both on this layout. And I use this one just to fill in that gap right there. And then I'm going to use the thicker one over here on this strip. I felt kind of like I needed to bring it in, like close the gap a little bit. And that's why while I was working on this part of the background, that part happened as well. Because I felt like the white was just kind of go whew, right off the page. So got that going. Now I am going to use this crystal paper as well. I thought about using the other side because, oh my word, the other side, that paper just floats my boat. Like, that is gorgeous. And I decided, nope, I'm going to use the gems. I'm going to use the geometric bits. But what I'm going to do is pull these up here and then have that geometric bit actually be underneath of the photo instead of in such a place of prominence. I wanted it to not just be like a line there because it felt like I was dividing the page in some weird way. And I definitely didn't want that to happen. So I get my photo, which has been popped up on some unfun foam. And unfun foam is just foam that doesn't have any adhesive on it, so it can be serious. It's not fun. Now, this is a chipboard word. I can't remember exactly where it came from. I did add some Distress Oxide ink to it, and I've tried to put it on, about 5 or 6 layouts now, and it never works out. Now here is the thicker washi tape, and this thicker washi tape has some gold detailing on it, and it is gorgeous. And instead of stacking it on top of that darker strip of paper, I tucked it underneath. And that way it's more of a cluster instead of a stack of, just like a stack across the page. So that was definitely a choice that was made on purpose. Now I am going to pop up this sticker, and it is another dream sentiment. And I originally really want it to be over top of the photo and kind of cover up that sky space a little bit, but I liked the way it looked here better. So I have 2 dream sentiments right on top of each other, but I'm okay with it because it's going to make sense in the end. Now I'm pulling out some of the enamel stickers, and these enamel stickers are gorgeous. They are so smooth and they just feel real nice, and they lay down real nice on the page. Now I was trying to put these constellation like stickers about the page, and I lay down that third one, and it looks like 2 people that are standing kind of on their heads. So that's definitely going to change. That's not going to stay there, but I can't be bothered with it right now because I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing, like where I'm going to add embellishment. Now, sometimes I have a problem where I just love the paper so much and I really want them to shine through, and I don't want to cover them up, which is pretty much the case here. Like, I didn't want to cover up these gorgeous papers. I'm like, I've already covered up so much. Why do I have to cover up more? But I felt like the page needed embellishment. So even though I'm warring with myself, where I'm like, I love these papers, they need to shine through, I'm also warring with myself because I'm like, it needs more embellishment. And when I'm feeling like it needs more embellishment, I give it more embellishment. So I've got this little thing building down here. Now that crescent moon, I was going to try to use it as kind of like a drop shadow on the circle, but as soon as I put it there, the first thing it reminded me of was an ear for a Mickey Mouse head, so I had to put that away. even though it totally would have been cool because she is wearing a Snow White-esque shirt. It says just one bite and it has the apple on it. But anyway, so I'm getting this cluster built down here, and I'm using some crystals and stickers and some other things. And as you can see, I did use the cow head crystal sticker and cut off the little horns. So yeah, and it just looks like a crystal rock formation now. I turned it upside down and it looks like a crystal rock formation. Now my online name is Date Goddess, so I am sure I could have come up with something with the crystal cow head, but honestly, I had it in front of me. I liked the way the crystal looked from the bottom of the cow head, so I used it. Like I said, not holding on to stuff, waiting for that perfect moment. Like, this is a great photo, this is a great story, and I need to tell it. So that's what I'm working on. Now, I'm trying to visualize where I'm going to put my journaling. I'm thinking that I am keeping two very distinct sides of the page. The color blocked page and then this decoration on the side. And look at me trying to get that moments on there again. So I was thinking my journaling was going to go down that decoration on the side there, but it doesn't. And I am just looking through some wood veneer words that I have on my desk, and I decided to go with crazy. And I'm going to go with follow your dreams, even if they are crazy. And it's not that it's crazy that I have a daughter that's driving. What's crazy is 2 out of the 3 kids were driving. What was crazy was that the kids were old enough to do that. What was crazy is that, you know, this is even happening in our lives. And that's the direction I went with it. Now, I did try to pick out some letter stickers. I did pull out some of my color tile letter stickers, but what I decided to go with was these pretty old October afternoon letter stickers. And these are letter stickers that I bought after October afternoon kind of poofed. They were on some website still, so I snatched them up. And as you can see, these bad boys, I love these letter stickers because they last a while. They have plenty of alphabet options, which is always exciting. So there it is. I follow your dreams, even if they are crazy. And I decided that I did not want the crazy to be over next to the color blocked edge. I felt like it would look better over here and just add a little bit more design to it. So I'm going to use my glue here. I'm going to add a couple little dots all along the wood veneer and pop it down, and the title is going to be complete at that moment. I do add a little bit more decoration to it though, just because, like I said, more is more, and I like more. So now I'm just kind of like looking at my stuff, trying to figure out what I need to do to really just bring this page together and wrap it up. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I'm liking the way this looks. I would be happy to just add a couple lines of journaling and throw it in my album. But like I said, when I feel like it needs more, I'm going to put more on it. So I'm just kind of looking around and, you know, figuring out what the heck I'm doing here. And I'm thinking, do I need to add another little bit over here? And I'm like, no, I don't need another little bit. What I do need to do is put something in that white space in that upper left triangle paper, because while the little constellation that looked like 2 people upside down was not like the right fit up there, something else has to be the right fit. Like, it's a very empty space for me, and I feel like something needs to go there. And I'm also trying to figure out if I need to layer up anything over here on this side of the page where my little stack of embellishment is. So I decided to go with a circle again, because I do have this circle here on the page, and I kind of have 3 circles on the page now because I have this little guy here. I have the follow your dream circle, and basically I have the tire because it's a prominent feature of the photo. Even though my cluster covers up part of it, you can still tell it's a circle. So I'm going to embellish the title a little bit. I'm going to add the star here. I'm thinking about adding some of these white enamel hearts, but they don't make the final cut. And I'm thinking I need something just a little bit extra to kind of embellish and just do that final little touch. And I thought it was going to be some enamel dots, but they just didn't have enough pizzazz for me. So I pulled out some pearls, and these are flat half pearls, and they are in varying sizes. And I'm making sure that the pearls are not just covering the stars. So they're not just on the side of the stars, they're also on white space, and they are also kind of like on paper joins, just because I don't want all of the stars to be the exact same way. I don't want all the pearls on top of the stars to be the exact same way. Now, I kind of did it at the title, and that was definitely a choice to do it that way because I'm trying to bring that all in, that is the title. The best dreams happen when you are awake is more of an embellishment, but the title is Follow Your Dreams, even though they are crazy. Now, if you looked at this layout in my album and you had no idea which set of words were the title, I wouldn't care. But while I'm describing this page to you, it matters. So the journaling reads, no, driving isn't crazy, but it sure is crazy to have 2 kids in the house now to borrow the truck. Really proud of Chloe for achieving this dream of hers, and really proud of Christopher for having the patience to teach her, August 2018. And that's kind of the deal with our kids. My husband teaches them the drive, he teaches them the basics, and then once the kids feel like they're ready to take their driving test, they drive with me. And if I give them the stamp of approval, then we do the driving test. So there is that. And I had to peel up the photograph just a little bit to make sure that I got the date. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please hit subscribe, ring the bell so you get notified whenever a new video is posted. And I will see you guys again really soon.